So, okay, the way I've been starting the show lately is kind of like a radio show,
Right.
where I'm the Spleen and Kevin is Kevin, and and it's kind of just like an improv thing where the Spleen is like a radio DJ who's like all crazy and stuff, and then Kevin is just kind of more normal and is like, "What are you talking about?" Yeah, exactly. Yeah, he's just being Kevin. So I think how I wanted to start was doing that, but instead I'd introduce the show as Abed and the Spleen, and so then you'd be Abed and I'd be the Spleen, and and then I just will do whatever, and then I guess again it's like improv, but it's not like Kevin's like an improv background kind of guy. He's just talking. So I was thinking about starting.
I know Kevin's brain. Yeah.
Yeah. So does that make sense? Do you think you could do that?
Oh, I get it. So I would be like doing the Kevin role is what you're saying.
Yeah, but you don't have to do it Kevin style. You could just be like, because the joke will be like, it's us instead of Kevin. So if you aren't doing it the same way as him, I think that'll work.
You're listening to Kevin and the Spleen.
No one's going to ever love me.
1098.5 Radio QWX. Real quick.
Bussin', no cap.
No cap.
Really smack you in the ass with flavor. There you go.
This show is about depression, anxiety, PTSD, and chronic illness.
We going quick. We're trying to keep you on the path to the ride home on the evening time.
It's a fucking zoo.
Make it Quicks. With the Quicks Radio.
White lives do not matter.
Hey, folks, it's Abed and the Spleen coming at you live. WQWX the Quicks. What it is, baby. You know we be sucking on toes, and it's Customer Appreciation Week down at the Quick, baby. Oh, yeah. So we're giving away free coupons all day, baby. Every hour on the hour. Just call in and say the phrase that pays. Abed, what are you doing? What's up? How you doing?
I'm good. Thanks for having me on the show. Why are you doing that voice?
I'm just the Spleen, baby. That's what I is.
Are you doing Wolfman Jack?
I don't know what you're talking about. I'm just the Spleen.
Okay, I haven't been on the show in a while, so.
Yeah, so before when we talked about the show and I was prepping you for the show and I asked if you were good at improv, I think you said yes, you were. So that's an interesting, isn't it?
Well, can I ask you, if you keep this voice going, is it going to hurt your voice?
I don't know what you're talking about, man. This is just how I talk. I am the Spleen. This is Abed and the Spleen. Caller, you're on the air.
Are you supposed to?
Caller.
Is there really a caller?
The caller's not coming through. I don't know what's going on. Let's try this again. Caller, you're on the air. Nope. Kevin, what's going on here? Kevin? We don't got Kevin today in the house. It's just me and Abed.
Was that all a bit? Was that all a bit, or that was real?
Again, we were just talking before the show, and you said you were good at improv. You want to speak on that, my friend?
Was I supposed to be a caller? Was that what you were doing there?
I mean, there's all sorts of ways to do improv right, and I don't know that this is one of them. You know what it is, WQAX, the Quicks. Call in and say the phrase that pays. Get a free coupon. Abed, tell them what kind of coupon we got for them.
It's a lovely little hand coupon, and you can flip through it, and there's one for this restaurant down the street. Forget the name, but it's a 2 for 1. So you buy a dinner, you get one free. That helps you go on a date. I mean, you look cheap, but you still get to save money on food.
2 for 1 hand coupons.
Yeah, 1 hand coupons. Why do you say coupon? It's coupon.
I don't know that it is, baby. Oh, yeah, but there's many ways to say words. You know what we doing here on the podcast. That's right. We going out live from the colostomy bag. What kind of deals they got at this restaurant, Abed?
You can, the best is there's a Lady in the Tramp special where it's like you eat the spaghetti with your date, like in the movie, where you can, they make the noodles, they'll come together so that you can accidentally kiss. I know that's a little sketchy, but they're hoping that dates show up, but not just first dates.
And you get a free seat in the back of the restaurant out by the dumpsters. Isn't that right, folks?
Yeah, for those people that are too shy to sit in the restaurant. Sit by the dumpsters and see what gets thrown out.
Coupons for shy people, and you get a free peek at that dumpster, and you can scoop on in there if you want and dig around for a while. That's some free rolls. Get some free rolls that were tossed out at the last table. Ha ha.
Have you ever eaten garbage?
Yeah.
What I mean is, like, in the George Costanza sense, where it was on the top, so it was still safe, and then you ended up eating it.
Top, middle, bottom, I do it all, baby. The spleen has been on some hard times lately. That's right, folks. I got kicked out of my apartment. I've been slumming the streets, baby. Oh, yeah. If I hadn't had those dumpsters, I don't know what's going on.
I opened up a dark part of your life, I guess. I didn't mean to do that.
Oh, yeah, I bet. It's been a lot of darkness. Do you know I was bitten by a werecar?
Oh, I mean, isn't that like a one-on-one show?
I don't know. What's a one-on-one show about?
Like the spleen that gets bitten by a werecar.
I mean, it should be. I think that could be. I think that could be a great show. Who would write it?
I just wrote it.
Well, that's. I mean, you said the thing that I said. Sure, yeah. If that's writing it.
You could write a one-on-one show by just saying a sentence, and then that's the whole show.
I don't think you could. I think you have to do a little bit more work than that.
No, you don't. You just need a couple more like "yo, dude" and ums and ahs, and your script's done.
Oh shit! Oh no, I got bitten by a werecar.
That's really done. That you just gave me 5 pages of dialogue.
That's not 5 pages of dialogue.
Yes, it is. You can do the rest description.
Okay, I don't know what's going on over at Channel 101, but I think it takes. Well, I mean, who's doing the FX for this?
Oh, his name is Rollicking Roger, and he's so good. He did the effects on the 2003 Hulk.
A 2003 Hulk by Ang Lee.
Yeah, and it looked good even though it was 2003.
Now you were telling me you were watching that the other day.
Yes, I was. I didn't love it.
Oh no.
No, I think there's a problem with. I mean, I know what Ang Lee was trying to do because of his father. He had problems with his father growing up, so that's interesting. But it was also kind of like a lot of things just missed the mark for me. Like a good movie, because I love Hulk. A good movie needs more than just hair to the source material. There needs to be some finesse and some like I guess Iron Man's a good example of how to do it right.
Sure. It was arguably the movie that made the MCU profitable.
That's what I'm saying. And it seems like this missed the mark. It could have been an Iron Man. But
definitely. Yeah.
Ang Lee's a great director. So who knows? I could be wrong.
I mean, they say write what you know, so I get where he's coming from. And that's why we're writing a series about a werecar. Oh, yeah. And you know what I just realized about Rollicking Roger? I don't think we're going to need him because I can turn into a werecar on command. We just have to film that. You know what it is.
You just said a lot of things in that sentence. Like,
name
there's
one.
Like 90 things going on.
Name one thing that I said in that sentence.
That you finished a script. And then there's also, like, you don't need effects. Like,
I don't think I said I finished the scripts in that. That's like, yeah, I said name one thing, and you named, like, possibly the only thing I didn't actually say in the sentence, baby.
But, I mean, you were alluding to that. Like, you finished the script.
We may have to agree to disagree there. Caller, you're on the air.
Am I supposed to be the caller?
I mean, sometimes Kevin never took the hint either. So, you could be. You don't have to be. Either way, I think it works if the caller's not there.
I can be ready for the next call.
Caller, you're on the air.
Yeah, I don't understand what this show is about because one guy, you're a spleen, right?
Oh, baby, yes.
How is it that you talk?
Well, you see, the spleen's a state of mind, baby. It's more like a wavelength. I'm traveling through time and space, and I land where I land, and I get into your ear holes. That's right. They catch me on a satellite dish. I be spinning around, gliding around, flying, baby, and then I hit you in the mouth, in the mind, in the soul, baby. Oh, yeah, that's what the spleen is.
Yeah, I'm done. This is fucking crazy. Goodbye.
And you can't swear on the air, folks. We get charged by the FCC every time.
Oh,
every time
that
someone
guy
causes,
must have been like MAGA, right? Where he doesn't follow rules.
I hope so.
Yeah.
I hope he was a MAGA because maybe we won't get fined by the FCC if he was a MAGA guy.
Yeah, I know, right? Who
Yeah.
knows? That idiot. I mean, he might bring down the whole show with his stupid Fs.
Yeah, he's a fucking. Oh God, he's got me doing it now too. Oh no.
You caught it, the virus of cussing.
I usually have a bleep button, but the bleep button's not working. I think because Kevin's out today. Oh baby. Oh yeah, we can't be catching them bleeps.
You should have told me. I could have blinked.
Yeah, that would have been good. We got to get you a bleep button, baby. Oh yeah, how you doing, Kevin? Kevin, he's not here. Okay, it's Abed. We do the show with Kevin most of the time. It's hard to remember that he's not here, even though I don't see him. I usually see him in the box. Today I see you in the box.
Yeah, I'm in the box. I haven't been able to leave the box.
I'm in the box too. I'm in a box on my computer. I'm stuck here. Let me out, baby. Oh yeah. I'm hitting the walls of the box.
Well, it sounds cozy.
Oh, it's cozy, and the heating bills are very reasonable in this box. The computer heats itself.
Yeah, do you want to hear something? Well, I had this weird anecdote, but I was going to open with I heard some crazy facts last night that I was like, could not stop thinking about when I was trying to sleep.
Hit us with Abed's crazy facts. Oh, yeah.
They're not mine. They're basically a friend of mine told me the story.
Who's the friend?
His name's Brennan.
Hit us with Brennan's crazy facts. Oh, yeah.
So he told me that, do you know the movie Tiptoes?
Oh, yeah. The one about little people.
That's right. So it was originally it was a different movie. Like there's a 3-hour cut, and it's more like Bad Taste by Peter Jackson than a shitty romantic comedy. But one of the producers took the film away from the director and re-edited it and changed the movie. So the version that we all would love to see, the director had, and Christopher Nolan bought it from him. So
what happened to it?
He has it. Christopher Nolan has it and won't show anyone.
Why won't he show anyone?
He'd probably show friends that come to his house and he goes, hey, guess what I got? Like, you know how Kubrick did that with Eraserhead? He had a copy of Eraserhead, and he'd be like, friends would visit him and he'd be like, hey, I want to show you a crazy-ass movie. So they'd go into his basement and watch Eraserhead.
Was that a different cut of Eraserhead or the main one?
The one David Lynch movie. Because it was like hard to... This was the 70s. You couldn't just walk into a video store and get Eraserhead.
It was just rare. Okay.
So anyway, I want to fucking see this version because I have seen Tiptoes. A friend of mine is in the movie Tiptoes, like an actress. And I want to see this version because the director did Freeway, which is a great fucking movie. And if Tiptoes, the original version, is anything like that, it's probably going to be my favorite fucking movie. You can imagine that if it's like bad taste, it's got to be nuts. So anyway, that Christopher Nolan, he needs to, this is like, I'm attacking him. I'm sending out the attack. What do you call it? I'm drawing fire or drawing my gun out. Christopher Nolan, let us see that cut. Put it out on Blu-ray.
Show us the Nolan cut.
No, it's the, whatever that director's name is cut.
Well, you don't know what his name is.
I think his name is Matthew Good. But I have to
Show us the good
get
cut.
my movie to check. I don't want to get that wrong.
Yeah. Now, while Abed's gone, here's the thing about Chris Nolan, folks. He, I don't know if he still lives here, but he used to live in LA. You used to be able to see him on Vermont Boulevard. So I think what we got to do is go down to Vermont Boulevard, wait outside the bookstore, wait for Nolan to come, and then we got to pounce on him and demand he release the Nolan cut.
I got the Matthew part right, but his last name is Bright. Matthew Bright. So it would be the Bright cut.
The Bright cut.
Yeah.
I had a Bright cut once.
Have you ever seen Freeway?
No, never seen Freeway. Tell us about it.
You got to watch it. It's Reese Witherspoon's first movie, and she plays a fucked up girl that seduces Kiefer Sutherland and then like tortures him. It's amazing because you think Kiefer Sutherland's the bad guy, but she ends up being the twisted one.
Sounds like cancel culture.
It's like was made in like 98, I think.
Right.
96. Wow. I was like in high school. I've got the Vinegar Syndrome version. This is like the cool Blu-ray, which you can't. If you find this, it's rare. I should say it's not a print. But that director, so he's like a weird director. He's made some like bad movies, but Freeway and then Tiptoes are his two most famous.
Man, that really was a crazy fact. Now, why don't you hit us with some more of Brennan's crazy facts?
Oh, that was it. He told me the story last night.
Oh, no, baby. Oh, no. Oh, shit. A penny. Hold on.
I get that way when I see a penny.
Hey, what's up, Abed? How you doing?
I'm good.
Yeah.
So the spleen is gone?
Yeah, he gets distracted by loose change. Have you ever seen that documentary, Loose Change?
I know of it, but I've never seen it. Isn't it about 9/11?
It's about 9/11, yeah.
Yeah. I know like a couple friends of mine are obsessed with it and try to get me to watch it. And at the time I was like, I don't want to watch that.
These are friends in the past?
Yeah, and because I was like, they were always on to the next conspiracy theory, and I'm just like, I don't give a shit. I don't want to hear some weirdo's like theory on what happened in 9/11. I mean, I heard it's good, right? The documentary.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of people say a lot of stuff's good. I wonder if it's any good. I feel like the people who released it have since like denounced the movie. Like they were like, "This is
that's
Like
right."
that.
It hasn't it like been disproven or something.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's been disproven, but that's even if it was disproven, the creators wouldn't necessarily denounce it. But I think they did. I don't know. Who knows?
Maybe they got like because remember when what was it? The guy. It was like one of the Michael Jackson victims during his funeral or something denounced everything and said like it was all made up. Like, do you remember that?
One of the Michael Jackson person made
like it was
the
a
Michael
person
Jackson stuff?
it was a person that was like one of the supposed victims that for years like came out and said that the parents were pushing him to do Michael Jackson and make up all this stuff. So then
I don't know anything about it.
Yeah, like how much of that was not really the truth? You know, I don't know.
Yeah, who knows?
I didn't want to open up the Michael Jackson door because we can't close it now.
We can't close it, and he might come in, or Bubbles.
Right.
Bubbles might come in.
Bubbles.
You know, the monkey. You still talk to those guys? Do you know what conspiracies they're into these days?
I talked to one of them still, but the conspiracy stuff. It's always got a shelf life where it's like people are so into it and they believe it. And then, like, literally about a year later, you're like, oh, remember when we believed that stupid thing? We were idiots. And I'm thinking, like, 2 years down the road, like, we're going to be idiots looking back to thinking how we were idiots. So I avoid the whole process, you know?
Yeah.
Although I have another thought that anything can be true that you can imagine, is what I always say.
Really? Why do you think that?
Because, like, life is so unpredictable that you should be open to anything. Like any kind of situation is plausible. Is what you should think. Like that whole thing about that, you know, the kids like shitting in litter boxes.
Mm-hmm.
Like I'm sure there are kids that are furries that shit in litter boxes at school. Do you know about that?
I know about that, but the person who said that was lying, and they said it was they said they were lying. It was like the Loose Change documentary.
But can't you imagine like a kid like in school shitting in a litter box? Like that's definitely happened.
Yeah, but I can imagine someone shooting you and becoming an imposter version of you. Does that mean that happened?
I mean, it hasn't, but it could. Like,
so anything could happen. Anything could happen.
I've met crazy fans, and like they're capable.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, what about like things that defy the laws of physics? Do you think those could happen?
Well, that's like a strange area because like I'm not one of these people that believes in the Force. Like I'm not insane.
Yeah,
You
I think
know?
most people don't believe in the Force.
No, but there's Star Wars fans that are like really believe it. Like when I was into Star Trek, there was people that like walked around in Star Trek costumes, and like now,
I don't
that's
think the
normal.
people who. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Got it.
But back then, you're like, oh my god, that person's fucking weird. You know,
Mhm.
like get a real job. Like why are you walking around in Star Trek?
Is that their job? Is walking around in a Star Trek costume?
No, I'm saying my generation is like you're nuts and you move on. Nowadays, kids like when you go to the supermarket, like me and you're going to the supermarket, a person dressed in a Star Trek outfit is normal. We're like, oh, they're just a super fan cosplayer. You know, but like back in my day, I sound like an old man yelling at clouds, but
You are an old man.
you were thrown into an asylum if you walk into a fucking grocery store dressed like Napoleon. You know, everyone's like, oh my god, that person's insane. Get the fuck out. Like they stand away from you. Like
What
why
if
is he
those
dressed
people
like
were just
Napoleon?
Napoleon cosplayers all along?
That's what I'm saying. Now that's what is fine. It's like, oh, don't worry, he's cosplaying for the Napoleonic Wars convention going on. You know,
Mhm.
so it's totally normal that you know that bit that every crazy person was like Napoleon.
Yeah, I love that bit.
Yeah, that's like the sign of someone being insane and that
Yeah.
they belong in a nut house.
That was like stuff that you'd see on like Animaniacs or something.
Yeah, I love that kind of humor. Like we don't have that humor anymore because everyone's too literal.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like
Man, go ahead.
no, that the bit is like hard to pull off now because so much shit is just available to everyone.
I went
that-
back and watched the original Animaniacs, and it doesn't really hold up. I was bummed.
Oh, what, dude? It's good, but think
not
about
good.
think about when it came out, and it was there was nothing like it.
Right. Yeah. Well, that's the thing is that humor is mostly of its time, you know. There's definitely humor that transcends, but a lot of it doesn't.
I think I disagree with you that I watched Animaniacs 2 recently, and I was blown away at how good it is. Because
I think there's some parts that are fine.
the fucking song about the states,
That's not comedy.
but that's insane. That's
Yeah,
like
no, that's
you're
impressive,
learning
sure.
something, and it's funny and clever, and that doesn't exist anymore.
Is it clever? What's clever about it?
The fact that he says all the states so fast in that song. How does a human do that? That's like a feat of genius.
Yeah, no, it's impressive that they figured out how to put
I'm
it
sorry,
to-
I'm just really into Animaniacs, but I do love Freakazoid a little bit more. Do you remember Freakazoid?
Yeah, I wonder how well that holds up. I gotta go back and watch
Oh,
that.
it's great. It's ahead of its time because now it's the humor of Deadpool before Deadpool. It's like the superhero jokes and like all of it's very meta too. It's like
Yeah.
have a scene with like a censor guy who's trying to censor the show, you know, and talks to you for a minute. So it was like very, very ahead of its time. And when you have people watch it now, I don't think they quite understand that when this came out, it was groundbreaking.
Mhm.
And although no one really liked Freakazoid, like there's not a lot of fans of it, like there are Pinky and the Brain.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I think it just because Freakazoid was on its own show, right? It wasn't like Pinky and the Brain was like part. I guess they made a Pinky and the Brain.
Pinky and the
show
Brain had its
eventually.
own show later.
Yeah, later.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think like its popularity was due to it being part of Animaniacs. I wonder if Freakazoid would have been more popular if it was part of Animaniacs. My dad used to work for the WB around that time.
What did he do?
He was a graphic designer. He made.
Your dad was working in animation.
Well, he wasn't making animation. He worked for the WB, and he would like, I don't know, like he kind of would like use Photoshop to make billboards and shit. You see like a billboard for like Dawson's Creek or something, he would have made that,
Well, it makes sense because you grew up in Simi Valley, right?
Moore Park, but yeah. But he worked in Burbank. Yeah, he worked at the ranch.
Yeah, I mean, you came from like, because in the 90s, it's like if you were a computer genius, you kind of lived in that area.
Yeah, he had to learn. He wasn't like a computer or anything. He used to work in programming in television, where you just like put together schedules, of the lineups of what they would air, and then he like learned how to use Photoshop to like become. He trained himself to figure out how to do it, and then nowadays you can't you have to go to maybe you don't have to go to college anymore. I don't know.
You're younger than me, so your dad is from my era where it was like knowing Photoshop was like you could get hired, like you can get a job.
Yeah.
Like now it's like you take a class on YouTube, but like because back then I did a class with Savon and Savon. I don't say his name right. How are you supposed to say it? You know how to say it?
Save on like the store?
Anyway, I'm getting
Isn't it
bogged down.
Sevon?
That's how you say it.
Yeah.
So we took it a Photoshop class and like he knew everything like immediately, and I was so dumb. I was like, what button do I push? Like what? And so I just didn't have the brain. And then look what happened. He became like successful and rich, and then I was like, not.
When did he take that class? When did you guys take it?
Like in I want to say 2001.
Mm-hmm.
And I just was like, man, this guy's smart, and like I'm not smart. Like I can't do this shit. Because I honestly should have been right next to him. I'd be next to him now making money. But back then I was just too much of a dingbat, that I just was like wanting to get high after class because too much information got into my head kind of thing.
He had to let it all out.
Yeah, I used to read, but I would read only like fantasy books.
Yeah, but these days you don't need Photoshop. You can make all the images in AI.
Well, that's true. That's true. So now this is my era. But like back then you had to kind of use some grit and rub it between your hands.
Yeah. You ever think about becoming a graphic designer now that you could just use AI to do it all?
No, because I just feel like, what do you call it? So I have a good friend, I won't say his name, and I want to say maybe before the AI boom, I was going to do like some Photoshop, like class stuff. And then he told me not to. He's like, you're a good writer. Just focus on that. Like, don't jump into another field that you're just going to be learning and spending money and it may not work out. I was like, you know what? He's right. I should just focus on writing and just forget these Photoshop dreams. So that's my answer to your question. I don't think I would want to do it because it feels like it's not me.
Yeah.
And also, like, wouldn't people like my friend Savon hate me that I just jump on and go, oh, I can do all that because of AI. D.
I don't know. You have any AI takes?
I think he's really into AI and he loves it. But like
Sevon is?
Yeah, because he's a tech person, and for him technology is like cool. So
so you just think this? You don't know? He's not talked about it or anything?
Oh, he's talked about it.
Oh, okay.
I mean, he loves AI. It's like I am not a fan of AI because first of all, it scares me. And second of all, when I was talking to my friends, and I won't say names again, who were writing scripts, they were showing me how AI can help you. And I always felt like it's cheating. It's like, okay, you and me watch a movie, right? But you watch a YouTube clip of a summary of the movie. So you have the knowledge. I actually watched the movie. I have the experience. Who's going to be better learned and inspired? Me, because I did the homework. You're just the guy that, I'm not saying you specifically like you do this. I'm using you as the example. Like you like basically cheated to get to the same result. So, right? Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah, I agree with that.
Yeah, that's kind of my feeling. But then, I am totally behind because everyone's using AI now and having a grand old time. And I'm like the old man that's still taking the train to work, like looking at my
Taking
watch.
the train?
That's a metaphor, but I'm saying like I've not bought a car. I'm still on
the train. Seems like a good way to get to work though.
Well, let's use a different analogy then. Like
you're still walking to work or taking the bus maybe?
Yeah, there you go. Bus. Yeah, I'm taking the bus. That's good.
I guess the bus isn't a bad way. But yeah, okay. So you think people are, I guess, I don't know.
I just don't like that. If let's say, I did write a script recently. It took me a year. And for someone that uses AI every day, that same script would take them 6 months. Now, would you rather read their script or mine? You'd rather read mine because a human put all this blood, sweat, and tears into this piece.
Yeah,
so
I agree. I mean, I don't even think AI can really make a good script though. Like I know you haven't used it, but I've used this stuff. If you ask it to write a script, it'll write like a page and a half and say that's a script, and it's like, well, that's not a script, you know?
Yeah, but here's the tricky part. What you just said last week was true. This week, there's a new thing it can do that's actually making it better. So if every minute it's getting better, what the fuck chance do I have?
Yeah, but I feel like if that were true, then it would be actually less bad to use AI. But I think like it's just not, it's getting better, but the fundamental problems have been there the whole time. Like
That's always going to be the case.
Right.
Because, you know, when humans created fire, we made something out of nothing. But that gets like deteriorates over time because then you can just light a lighter and it's not a big deal to you. Do you know what I'm saying? So the spectacle is gone, the allure and the discovery and all the magic is gone. You know, it's like with streaming. Like it used to be I'd go to the theater and I'd have an experience. Now I'm just at home. Like the illusion and the magic isn't there. Because I'm like burping during the movie and also like get up and get a soda. You know, I used to get up in theaters, but
yeah, when's the last time you've gone to see something at the theater?
Oh, fuck. I saw my friend Drew Hancock's movie, Companion.
What's it called? Companion? Oh,
yeah.
Wait.
It was great. It was a really good movie. I saw it because my friend directed it.
That's on HBO right now.
Yes. I saw it in the theaters to support my friend. Because
I didn't know it was in theaters.
Yeah. Warner Brothers released it.
Mm.
He really struck gold with that movie. But that's the last time I went. I was going to go see Sinners, but I think I'm going to go next week.
Yeah, I saw Sinners because I thought you were going to see it, and I thought maybe we could talk about it on the podcast, but you didn't see it.
You could talk about it without spoiling it, right?
I guess.
I know it's about vampires.
I saw someone online who saw it, and he didn't know it was about vampires. And when it started to be about vampires, he got pissed. He was like, oh, it's just a vampire movie. It does take a while before the vampires start to show up. And there's not like indications. There's like a part where there's like a woman who's kind of making potions and stuff. And that's like the first hint of like supernatural anything. Cause up till then, it's just, you know, they're basically like going to try and like start a new like music venue or something. It's like a club. And so it's pretty interesting. You're watching these guys like try and make deals and get people to like come to the start of their club, and it doesn't feel like it's setting up for supernatural. And then like and even the scene with the woman who's like making the potions and stuff, it doesn't really feel, if you know it's vampires, it's like, oh, I'm wondering if this is going to come into play later or something, or if she's going to be the one who knows about this stuff. But if you're not, you're just like, oh, you know, this is a love interest. And then but it's just I don't know. I can't even put myself into the mind of someone who went in not knowing at all it was a vampire movie, and then like watching it and being like, oh, this is interesting. I wonder where this is going. Like, I wonder where they thought it was going, you know? Like, I guess they thought it was going to be about it's hard to start up a music venue or something, you know?
I'm super jealous of your friend because I wish I didn't know anything and that was going, because I would have been frustrated. Like, what is this fucking movie about? And then when it gets to the vampires, I'd be like, whoa, hell yeah. Like, that's where I'd be like excited. So now that I'm going into it with the knowledge of it being a vampire movie, I'll have that impatient thing, like you said, where I'm like, are they going to get to the vampires yet? I don't care about the lady with the fucking potions. You know, like that's one thing that I love that a movie can trick you. Like that's kind of like Beau is Afraid, which I fucking hate. But I will give that movie credit that it kept me guessing. Where I don't know where it's going next. You know what I mean? And
what didn't you like about it?
It was kind of a clusterfuck because the beginning was amazing, right? The first 15 minutes were amazing. And when it got to, I think it was after he was in that house. Remember that crazy house?
Where the girl like drinks the paint or whatever?
Yeah. After that scene, the movie went downhill. Because then it became like this forest stuff. And I was like, he had me for a while, but then he lost me. And the ending is so bad. The ending is like shockingly bad. Like,
why didn't you like the ending?
Wasn't it just in a giant arena and there's all these people standing up? And it was like, it just felt like a director not sure what to do and ending it with like a meta, like, everyone has been watching him the whole time. And I'm like, that sucks. Like, that made me angry.
Well, I think I mean, I didn't like the movie that much, but I didn't like it because it was just really uncomfortable, but it was supposed to be uncomfortable. But I feel like that's just supposed to be like the whole movie is kind of like nightmares, you know? It's like the nightmare of everybody's like watching you and people are after you and everything is constantly going wrong. And I think like, you know, it getting to the part where his mom, like, or the girlfriend he has sex with dies, and then his mom like shows up and she was like dead, and then she wasn't dead. And then it turns up like the whole world is like laughing at him and watching him like drown to death. Like, I think that all feels like it's in the same like ballpark of this escalating, unfolding nightmare. And so I think it was it was just so uncomfortable, but it's supposed to be uncomfortable. But that's what I didn't like about it. It was just too uncomfortable. I was like, that's just what my life is like. My life just feels bad like this movie.
I feel like the first 15 minutes must have been a horror movie for you, right?
It was. Yeah, the whole movie was a horror movie.
I love the naked guy that's trying to stab him.
Yeah.
That was my favorite bit. I mean, I was laughing and enjoying it because I felt like this is where society's headed. You know, like this is going to be like life in like 10 years. It'll be this frightening. And
well, that's how I felt like. To me, it was just like, well, this is just like my life. This whole movie is just like my life.
It is like a incredibly paranoiac, like walking outside for the first time.
Yeah.
And it's like, even though this bum is not trying to kill you, you're like, oh my God, that bum is naked coming after me. Like, it's like,
yeah,
that's sort of like, I can see that. I can see you being uncomfortable and freaking out. But like, I've never seen that in a movie, so I was like really into it at that point. Like, I was going, this is like the best fucking shit I've ever seen. And then it just got worse, you know, where I was like, well, now what is he doing? Like, what the fuck are you doing? Like, you had me keep upping your ante. Don't lock into, okay, now I'm going to this shift. Now I'm going to this shift. When you keep shifting, it doesn't work. Like, you have to upshift. You have to. Well,
I feel like it was escalating. Don't you think it was escalating?
No, it wasn't. Because this is such a good conversation because this goes with like the natural form of storytelling that works. When it works, it works. You can't describe how it works, but it works. When it doesn't work, you can point out, here's where you went wrong. You downshifted when you should have upshifted. Like, you went into a zone that I'm like, now I'm watching a bad Wes Anderson movie. You know, like that shit.
And that's The Forest?
Yeah, I was sort of like, what the fuck is this? This is like if Wes Anderson had a shitty baby. You know, that's not a good analogy. It just like brought me out of the experience of like going, why did he do this? He was like rolling high and doing fine.
Well, I think it's like you can't just keep it's all tense, right? The whole movie's all this tension, and I don't think you can just keep maintaining tension for that long without breaking it. So I think
it's a mathematic equation. You probably can. You just have to dip out and dip in at the right times because your brain wants a shift but doesn't know it wants a shift. So you have to do that kind of thing. This is like a weird conversation because I watch every movie thinking like I'm watching it for the first time. And I don't know what
you are.
Yeah. Well, I mean, like, I don't know anything about life and history and the planet, and I'm just locked into this movie. You know, like I have no expectations, kind of thing.
Right.
Like, if you watch Alien and imagine it in 1978, someone watching it for the first time, it's like a fucking masterpiece.
It's still a masterpiece.
Yeah, but you don't see the alien bursting out of the chest coming. And when it does, that's borderline like movie magic, you know, which is not a term I throw around very often.
Why not?
Kubrick said, if you shoot about 100 hours of footage, there's an hour of movie magic. Like, it's not manufactured. It's from a natural occurrence, you know, like Goonies is movie magic. Breakfast Club is movie magic. There's like a few movies that really get close, but let's see, what do I hate? Joker, not movie magic. That's more forced. That's more like he thinks it's movie magic, but all he's doing is making a kind of like subpar version of a good movie.
Yeah, I mean, Joker is masturbatory. It's up its own ass.
I'm glad you agree. I also don't like John Wick, but that's a whole nother conversation.
What don't you like about John Wick?
I guess it was built up too much because when I saw it, I was like, like that's not. They're not. He's not. They're not doing anything that's mind blowing. This has all been done before in like Hong Kong kung fu movies. They're just doing a version of it with Keanu Reeves.
Yeah, but that's what's good about it. It's just like it's not it's not groundbreaking. It's like really stripped down and simple.
I will say the first one is the best, and then the others are derivative.
So when you say that John Wick wasn't impressive, you don't mean the first, you just mean the whole trilogy
mean
or
the whole
whatever?
thing is like
Sure.
if you want a good action movie, you should watch like Hard Boiled or Police Story. Like
I feel like I feel like when I talk to you about movies a lot of times, you always say like, oh, well, that's just doing like this and you should watch that instead. But I feel like movies can be their own thing. Like the existence of another movie that does a similar thing well, I don't think it makes another movie bad, right? Like there's something you have to be, there's got to be something that you're like not liking about the movie or what it's doing on its own terms, don't you?
I guess my thing is like, if everyone's crazy about something and then I watch it, I can see why they're crazy about it, but they don't have the cinematic knowledge that I do.
Right.
So they're easily fooled. And John Wick is good if you don't know anything about action movies, but I've seen like better action movies than that. And there's
but again, like I think it's fine to bounce off of a movie because it reminds you of a movie you like more. But I don't think that makes the movie bad or it makes the person only like it because they haven't seen the other movie. I think like there's other people that have seen those movies and also like John Wick, you know?
I have a very, a friend who's a big director and he agrees with me. And he agrees with me for the same reason. He's like, I know 5 better action movies. And so it's more like, I guess that movie particularly bugs me because everyone that loves it doesn't know action movies. Like if you... Like Hard Boiled is a fucking incredible, like there's shit in that movie that humans can't do now that they use like special effects to do. Like it's just fucking, it's a masterpiece. It's John Woo and he's like the best action director. But it's like, I guess my thing is Hong Kong is a better country that makes action films than America. Like we just copy stuff. Like sure we've made Taxi Driver, but like John Wick's an example of just copying an already mastered skill but doing it in a way that's a little bit derivative. Man, I'm going to get a lot of trouble with people because I know people love that movie.
But I think like, I don't know. I kind of get what you mean, but I don't think like derivative is necessarily a bad thing. Like people talk about that with video games too, where they like they play like a game and they're like, well, this is derivative. But like the thing is the amount of games that, first of all games are kind of derivative, but in order for something to be like not derivative, it basically has to invent the genre.
Well, Portal is non-derivative because that's
Portal is derivative. It's derivative of shooting games.
No. It was doing something so. I mean, there's no violence in it though. It's doing something so masterful.
Well, you get shot.
Style. I mean, sure, okay, yeah, but my point is like that game is unique and incredible. And there are a lot of games like that, but there's also like majority of games are like you said are derivative. Like,
but I mean, Portal's derivative too. It just it adds this a new form of locomotion and physics to a shooter engine and makes that the primary mechanic. But again, like that's what makes it original is just because it adds some new thing. But like unless you come up with a whole new like mechanical system that's never really existed before, and I mean teleporting has existed before.
What's the game that's the shining example of like it was a derivative?
Pong?
I guess so. I mean that's a good point, but you could also say like Mario Brothers.
Well, Mario Brothers, I think, is somewhat derivative of Pac-Man, and certainly derivative of Donkey Kong.
Okay. Maybe I meant Super Mario Brothers because that's.
But I mean, that's derivative of Mario Brothers.
No. Super Mario Brothers was a whole different thing where it was.
You mean the arcade?
Yeah, it was a side scroller when all the games were like Mario Brothers and Donkey Kong. Like, it totally took a leap and changed the way games were looked at and played and manufactured.
Right, but I don't think I think that's still derivative, like, but again, like, I think Super Mario World, if that's what you're talking about,
No, I'm talking about Super Mario Brothers for NES, the first one the first one where you hit the mushroom and then you turn big.
Okay, yeah. But yeah, I mean, I think that was definitely derivative of the Mario arcade cabinet. But I think, yeah, it took it to another level by having.
No, it's
more
not
of a
actually. Actually, it's not derivative because the original one you couldn't even go past the screen, and in Super Mario Brothers, you're going fucking. It's another world.
Yeah, but it's the same like physics. It's just like on a longer platform.
Oh, you're like talking literal science of it. I'm talking about gameplay.
Right. But I'm sure there's got to be, and if you think about that, like, I think it's also derivative of, say, Galaga, which is you're going up, but you're going across like a longer field. So I think, they're just taking, either you're inventing something completely new, or you're taking elements that have come before and either putting them together in new ways, or you're shifting them to kind of change their scope somewhat. And I think that makes it's both derivative and original, but that is what I'm saying, is that I don't think that that's like the sum total of what makes something good or bad. Like, I think, again, like, Super Mario World was a great game. It's completely derivative of older Super Mario games, but what it did was polish it and make it so cool and add like certain like quality of life things, and it made it a lot more interesting. But it's not original per se, but it's still like a really awesome game, and so I don't think I think that something doesn't have to like avoid being derivative to be really quality, but ultimately,
it's a very interesting conversation, because it's like, on the one hand, there's an homage to something, and in the sense, there's just like copying it.
Well, that's the thing. I feel like the people who made John Wick would say John Wick was trying to be more of an homage.
They definitely made an homage, and they're proud of it, and it's successful. And I'm wrong. But I will tell you, I got more of a charge from seeing Police Story for the first time than I did John Wick for the first time.
Sure, yeah.
Yeah, I think there's
nothing wrong with that.
Also, Jackie Chan jumped through 12 like floors of glass in a mall. Like, man, that's crazy. And then he drove a car down a fucking hill, a village, where it's crashing into building. There's just like, there's stuff that's inhuman, where in John Wick, it's like anything can be. I know Keanu Reeves is good at martial arts, don't get me wrong, but it's sort of just like. But I
wonder. I agree with Jackie Chan's like awesome and amazing, but at the same and I think like that's what makes like those movies so good. But at the same time, it's kind of like, I don't know how good it is that people are hurting themselves to make the movie too. Like Jackie Chan got so fucked up, and I don't know how good that is, but you can't argue with the results. They're good movies, but like, it's interesting because I don't know that I want a bunch of people to hurt themselves to make the movie so good.
I'm sure that what was it? There was one thing in Princess Bride where the person got like hurt for like 3 months or something, and that movie's so wonderful and magical. Like when you watch it, and if I told you that story, I don't think you'd be bummed out. You'd be like, well, look what we got. We got like a masterpiece.
Yeah, but they might have gotten the masterpiece before or without that happening potentially too, but yeah, let's see. It looks like, yeah.
Are you looking up the Princess Bride thing?
Yeah, a bunch of stuff happened apparently.
I know it was a rough shoot.
Mandy Patinkin stabbed Christopher Guest.
That what?
That's what it says.
I didn't know that.
He stabbed him in the thigh.
Maybe that's what I was talking about, because they had a sword fight, right?
Yeah.
And Patinkin he had taken like classes, so he was really good. So if I'm Christopher Guest, I'm not going to be fighting him. I'd be freaked out.
Mm-hmm.
Like, this guy is like serious, and it's like, to him, it's not a movie. He's really fighting. Imagine that, Spencer. Like, you're in a movie, and you're Spencer. You're like, I'm in this movie. I'm just an actor. And then Mandy Patinkin shows up with all this fucking sword mastery. Like,
and his dad just died of cancer?
Yeah. Is that what it says?
Yeah.
Yeah, and yeah, exactly. And he sees you as the cancer, and he's like fighting you with the sword, trying to stab you. You'd be like, I fucking quit. I'm not here to fight a man with a sword. I'm hired as an actor. Like, that's the thing about these actors is like, I feel bad for the Christopher guests who are just showing up to act.
Yeah.
Like, he signs the contract. It doesn't say, oh, you're going to be fighting a person that is taken. He took 3 months of like sword school.
Yeah. This says that Carrie Elwes, I don't know how to pronounce it. He broke his toe. Maybe that's what you were thinking of.
That's probably what I meant. Yeah.
He broke it on an ATV. And then, you know, it's famous, the Lord of the Rings thing where Viggo Mortensen, he broke his toe or whatever, kicking the helmet.
See, that's kind of a perfect example of like, we have that awesome scene that where he kicks the thing. So he gave us more. And then it's like he suffered for his art to the benefit of all of us viewers.
Yeah, but, you know, I don't know. That's the thing is like, it is really amazing, but I think it's also just kind of like an anecdote, you know, it's a crazy Brennan fact, you know, but I don't.
It's gonna become one of your verbs now.
Yeah. But you can imagine there being a version of the movie where he didn't hurt himself, but he also just did a really good take too, you know, like where it, you know, you would never notice like, oh man, I wish he would have kicked her, like broke his toe or whatever. You know, we were playing Magic.
We're talking about it because he broke his toe.
Yeah, right. That's why we're talking about it. But that just kind of makes it gossip more than anything else, you know.
I fucking love Lord of the Rings. Like, I still get shocked when people haven't seen them, and I feel bad for them. I'm like, those movies are wonderful. Like, yeah, you have to, and anyone can like them. You can hate fantasy and elves and orcs and stuff, but you'll still love that movie.
You watch it, and do you like the extended cuts or whatever?
I know Peter Jackson prefers the theatrical because those are like his fine-tuned masterpieces, and I used to like those versions better. But when I actually bought the extended versions on Blu-ray and I watched them all, like, I could watch a whole nother hour of Return of the King and it's still good. Like, anything extra is just is like awesome, like an extra awesome topic.
Yeah, I don't think I have a preference, honestly. They both work for their own reasons.
Well,
like, I don't feel like. Go ahead.
Has like more Hobbit stuff, and I love that shit.
Yeah, I don't feel like I missed, like, in the extended versions, I didn't feel like I wasn't like, oh God, this is going on for so much longer. You know, I didn't feel like I was really feeling the extra runtime, but at the same time, when you watch the shorter ones, I didn't necessarily feel like I was missing anything either, which I think is the mark of a good cut. If you watch a cut and you're not feeling like you're missing stuff, I think that usually means it's like a good cut to make, you know?
I know a good example of what you're talking about because the movie Legend, have you seen that by Ridley Scott? First of all, it's a genius film. But I, as a kid, didn't like it, you know, and then I watched it as an adult, and I'm still like, I don't get it. And then I watched the director's cut, which is actually the cut the director doesn't like. And that version was amazing because all the things I didn't like are put back. Like, there's longer explanations and like scenes that are so much better for the overall effect. So that's like you're saying, like that cut makes a whole big difference.
Tom Hardy is playing twins, huh?
In what?
In Legend? Or
Tom
no,
Hardy's
this is a different Legend. Okay.
Yeah, Legend is what I'm talking about is like Tom Cruise's first movie.
Okay, yeah. No, I was looking at a movie 30 years later.
Yeah, like Tim Curry is in makeup as this demon, and it's the best makeup in a movie you'll ever see. He looks fucking insane. He's got like hooves. You would like that.
Oh, yeah. I feel like I've seen this version of Tim Curry before. He looks like in Magic there's a Jin called the Juzam Jin, and he looks like that.
Yeah, it's like a Magic the Gathering movie. The funny thing, this is an amazing anecdote that I have. So Martin Olson knows the makeup guy from that movie. And I was watching the movie with commentary, and I was talking to Martin about the movie, and Martin goes, "Let's call Rob because he worked on the movie." And I was like, "Oh my God, don't call him right now." And he did, because this guy created RoboCop, like designed RoboCop. So I'm like so fucking nervous. I'm like, "No, don't just call him right now. Hey, Rob, Abed was watching Legend, and he had a couple questions." And I'm so embarrassed. And like Rob Bottin laughs. He goes, ha ha ha. And he's like, you know what? That's going to take us going to a bar and me having a few drinks. And I was like, yeah, because historically on that film, Ridley Scott was kind of a dick and wouldn't let Rob Bottin on the set. Because Rob Bottin designed a lot of stuff, but then Ridley Scott's a control freak and wouldn't let him like to sit and watch Ridley Scott film. He's like, you have to leave. And he's like, no, I built that. I want to see how you light it. And so there was a huge fight. So that whole movie is rife with like problems. But anyway, it's just crazy that Martin knows that guy. Because he's also like, he's like a big, he did like the stuff in the cantina at Star Wars, like the monsters.
On the subject of Lord of the Rings, we were playing Magic the other day, and we were talking about how, we were talking about Viggo Mortensen breaking his toe. We were also talking about how Gollum was really method. Well, Gollum and Frodo were both acting really method on set, and so when Frodo got his finger bitten off, that actually happened. Like Andy Serkis was like going nuts, and he actually bit his finger off.
Yeah, I have a question for you. Because I thought about that for a while. Like I went home thinking about it. Like Elijah Wood must be the coolest guy in the world. Because wouldn't you, if you're like, once again, you're Spencer the actor, and the guy fucking bites your finger off, wouldn't you be like, okay, I'm gonna like either bite your finger off or you're gonna get sued? Because like, that's like horrible. Like he took your finger away. You know,
yeah, I would fucking sue him to death. I would like sue him, and what I would in damages, I would seek death. I would be all like, the judge has to put you to death and give me all your money. And so yeah, he must have. I mean, I think it was because he was so method. I think maybe he was up for it, But
that's totally what I was saying earlier. Like you're Spencer, you're Elijah Wood, and like you didn't wake up in the morning going, "Oh, I might lose this finger today." Like that's fucking horrible. And like Andy Serkis is like, of course he's amazing. But it's like, you have to fucking take a person's finger off to be amazing. Like it's a little mentally insane. Like
that's why, like people like to talk about how method actors are so cool. But if you think about it, it's not even real acting. It's like anyone can bite someone's finger off. It's harder to like act that, and pretend it, it's like, that's real acting.
You're just a crazy person that wandered onto the set.
Exactly.
Like, yeah.
Like Jared Leto,
Yeah, you're a Jared Leto. Yeah, he's like the bad version of Andy Serkis. That like,
yeah,
like the darks, like the other side of it.
Yeah. He's playing.
I can't stand that guy, man. We talked about this. Like, if he shows up in a movie, we get bummed out, right?
Yeah, because I don't think he's a terrible actor or anything, but yeah, I just don't. I don't like him. I don't like seeing him. I don't like being reminded of him.
Because you're seeing him and someone on the set's getting harassed.
Yeah, exactly. Like no one's having fun. Okay. So I took some notes. There's a Chicago Pope. You have any thoughts on the Chicago Pope, Abed?
Oh, the Chicago. It's like a Pope that's from Chicago. That's the Pope?
Yeah, the new Pope is from Chicago.
My thought is that, thank God this Pope is from Chicago and not some country. Oh, I sound like a fucking jerk by saying that.
What country would be bad?
What?
What country would be bad to have a pope from?
Well, man, this makes me sound sketchy, but like, if the Pope is Italian, he's from Italy and he's Italian, he's going to be so much more like old school about everything and a little nuts. Where I think the Chicago guy is like, hey, it's fine if you don't want to make it to church one of these days. Like, that's my Chicago like voice. Like,
I like it.
I'm easygoing. I'm not like doing everything by the book, and scaring you like the movie Exorcist.
When that got announced, I had a joke. I guess like Stephen Colbert made a similar joke, but I had a joke about it where, I mean, it's not much of a joke. It's just, you ever watch SNL, like the old SNLs?
I mean, I've seen most of the old episodes. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I had this is what my, I had a tweet or, the Threads post or whatever. It was duh Pope. Like the Bears.
Yeah, I think I saw that and was like, that is pretty funny. Like you should do like a meme, and it would be like all of them with Pope hats and say,
yeah. You can make that an AI.
Yeah, you can make that, or where the skit has them all just like popes. You mean?
Yeah.
Isn't Norm from Cheers in that sketch?
I don't know. I'm honestly not super familiar with SNL. I've seen that sketch. I had it on like a DVD, but I don't remember it.
I'm pretty sure he is because he's the only actor at the time who would be in that sketch because of Cheers, because he was the guy that just sat at the bar.
Yeah. I also, okay, Abed, I was watching the internet the other day and I found out, and I don't know if you're from UK, tell me if this is true, but I heard that a lot of people in the UK don't rinse the soap off their dishes, Abed. They have the soapy dishes and they put them in the drying rack and the soap just stays on and they just dry the dishes with the soap on them and then they use them with like the soap crust or whatever dried onto their dishes.
Oh, it's like
Isn't
my
that
worst
crazy?
nightmare.
Yeah.
It's my worst nightmare. I mean, because I use a dishwasher because when I do wash dishes, I'm a fanatic about getting the soap off.
Yeah.
So it's like I'll over rinse because I'm so worried that a little bit of soap is going to be in my food.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
And the dishwasher has like the rinsing feature to help that. But sometimes you can get like soap stuff still on it.
I put it through again.
Yeah.
Or they have this stuff and it sucks. You got to pay more money, but it's that rinse sort of.
The rinse aid, jet dry
rinse
or
aid,
whatever.
Yeah. I just buy that and that does it. It does the trick. But it sucks that I have to buy a whole nother bottle of Shamugal,
A whole new slime, cleaning slime.
Yeah. It's like conditioner. You're like, do I really need conditioner?
Yeah, you never know. Who knows? But so I don't think all UK people are doing that, but I don't know. That's a thing that's happening over there, I guess.
My friend lives in the UK. I'll ask him when I talk to him.
Is he from here though?
Yeah, it's Rich Fulcher.
Okay, so he probably doesn't do it then because he's probably from here, but maybe he knows other people.
I can answer for him.
Yeah.
Actually, I always do that. I totally do that.
That's okay. Go ahead.
No, that was it. That was
okay. Well, that actually brings me to my next point, which is, it's just me and Kevin on the show, and sometimes I feel like we need more people on the show. Like I think podcasts usually have 3 people as like a good sweet spot for podcasts. But I wanted to and then, I have the Spleen as like the character that the Spleen actually exists in real life. The Spleen's not fake. He's not a character, but,
he's like your actual Spleen, right?
Yeah, exactly. But like I was thinking we maybe need to come up with more characters. So I was wondering, do you have any ideas? Not that you would necessarily be doing a character on the show, but if you had any character ideas for the show, like if we could try and come up with some.
You know what? My favorite. Remember GVP? They had Mr. Scoops, which was Rich Fulcher. And he would always call in with like a Hollywood scoop. And that was like my favorite character doing a bit on any podcast. I think if you just have like someone that's like reporting in about something, but you create a funny, like maybe it's like a bookworm and it's an actual worm. And he's telling you about like no one reads anymore.
Do it. What would the bookworm be doing?
Oh, okay. I'll do bookworm. It'll be like this. It'll be like, "Hi, everybody. I was reading a book the other day, and it was about Lyndon Baines Johnson, and it's super interesting. And nobody cares about like stuff from the 40s. So try to have a conversation with someone. They will run away from you." And you go, "Oh, bookworm. You could just look it up online." And you get all the information. Yeah, but I like to, read a 40-page chapter about how Lyndon Baines Johnson cheated in a certain election. He had extra votes that no one saw.
He cheated?
There's like this whole thing that he won an election by cheating. And and the actual guy who knows, like I watched a documentary where they found him. And he said like he knows where all the votes are hidden or something. Like he buried him in the desert.
Well, bookworm. You like reading 40-page chapters. What do you think about AI as a bookworm?
Oh, I love when AI is like a concept in a sci-fi novel, but it being real is awful. I hate it. I'm scared of AI. I don't even know what a computer is. I read pages. I flip through like paper.
Right. You don't even
murder a tree for me to have a good time.
Yeah, the bookworm hates trees.
Trees are in the way when we're trying to drive. There's a whole tree that someone built a road through because the tree was so much in the way.
Oh,
They
I read
couldn't
about
even
that in
knock
a
the
book.
tree down. See, you read books too. I mean, can we hang out?
I actually gotta go bookworm. I don't know. Maybe later. Okay, so we got Mr.
You
Scoops.
hanging up on Bookworm?
Yeah, we got Mr. Scoops. We got bookworm. What we got? You got any other ideas?
Oh well, Mr. Scoops is not. We should not take that. That belongs to GVP. You know what I mean?
I think it's
used
fine.
him as an
They're not
example.
using it.
Okay. You'd have to get Fulcher though, because Fulcher's the only Mr. Scoops.
Yeah, we can get Fulcher. Well, we should get Fulcher to come on as Mr. Scoops.
Well, he's in a different time zone, so
That's
he's
fine. I could figure it out.
Another character would be like, because you know how no one goes to the circus anymore. It's like this circus ringleader who's out of work, and his only time he can work is when there's a circus around. So he's just so depressed because there's no more circuses, and like he's like in his day, you'd go to the circus like you'd go to the movies, like it was just always there, you know.
Yeah.
But he would be very fanciful, like, "Hi everyone, I love being in my circus, and it's great," you know, like. But he's fanciful. But then he gets depressed, like he's like or suicidal.
You know what? His name could be is Andy Circus.
Yeah, Andy Circus.
I'm Andy Circus, and I just had to lay off my
everybody.
last clown.
Imagine it's like Jerry Seinfeld meets W.C. Fields. Like, hey, everybody, I love the circus.
What's the deal with not going to the circus?
I don't know. I used to go every day like I was mailing a letter. And now there's nobody plays with lions anymore. It used to be a thing.
Yeah. Now you can only be you can only own lions if you're the freaking Tiger King. And
Lion King.
The Lion King, Mufasa.
Man, what happened to Tiger King? He's gone. Like, we don't hear about him anymore.
Well, he was in jail. I don't know if he got out of jail or what.
Oh, he was arrested. Yeah.
Yeah, he tried to have someone killed.
Whoa.
That was on the show.
The
That was part of it.
Oh, that was part of it. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, there was this lady called Carol Baskins. He tried to hire a hitman to kill her.
Oh, wow. What a saga. Why isn't season 3 about that?
Yeah, that's a good question.
You know, it's like, please take the show out of its dumb reality and make it more realistic. Because, like, that's a show, man. Or that's a season. That's a whole cool season.
There should be a Mindhunter season about that.
Oh, you talking about that
Yeah.
awesome show that was on Netflix?
Yeah, but they should be getting into the mind of the Tiger King, you know?
That's a good idea. Oh, yeah.
That would be, they could have, what would that be called? It's like a Mindhunter Legends or something where they're going into the minds of like Netflix series characters.
It'd be like Mindhunter Inside Out.
Yeah, yeah.
Or something like that. Or like a what if.
Mhm.
You'd go like, what if Mindhunter went into other... I know, that's too long.
Yeah, yeah. Well, speaking of what if the Mindhunters were in the Inside Out brain and they're like, we decided to go inside the brain of this child to figure out what's going on inside out, you know, and then Anger is like, get out of here or whatever. And they're like, that's so interesting. When did it start? When you were a child? And Anger's like, I don't know. You know, they're trying to get into his mind.
You're like, you're using you're using an obscure show and a popular movie and combining them. But I love it. Because
Mindhunters was pretty popular, wasn't it? I thought it was popular.
it wasn't as popular as you'd think. There's
okay.
a lot of people I know didn't watch it. Like, you're the only friend of mine that watched it.
I never watched.
Oh, yeah. See, you didn't even watch it. I fucking loved it. It was like great. It was David Fincher, right?
I think so.
Yeah, dude, that show was awesome. And the girl was from Fringe, right?
Mm-hmm. I was talking to my friend Nolan the other day, and he was talking about how he doesn't like Michael Mann. Do you have any opinions on Michael Mann?
Michael Mann's a genius.
Yeah.
Well, why doesn't he like Michael Mann? Does he have a problem with?
I don't know. Go ahead.
Because there's eras of Michael Mann, like his like early career, you cannot deny his genius. But then he gets into his Hollywood career where he does Miami Vice and like Heat, and I think that's why people don't like him. But then he does The Insider, which is fucking awesome. That movie is awesome. Like, even if you don't like him, it's Russell Crowe, and he's a whistleblower at like a tobacco company. So the government's company's trying to like murder him, and he's like worried about his family, and it's a true story. And then Al Pacino is like the reporter who's trying to get an interview with him. And it's so fucking good. It's like if you hate Michael Mann, you can't hate that movie. That movie's genius.
Yeah, I wonder what he thinks.
I wonder what he thinks too, because I have another friend that doesn't like Michael Mann, and I honestly think it's because he was an auteur who got very successful, and I think that rubs a lot of people the wrong way because you can't have both. And
Right.
he had both. He created Miami Vice. He did the movie version. He did like Thief, which is the greatest fucking movie, and it was like a low budget, like it is such a fucking good movie.
I want to say that he didn't like Thief. I think that was maybe the movie he didn't like. I can't
He's
remember.
insane. Thief is fucking brilliant. You know what? Thief makes you hate Drive because it's the same movie.
Okay.
Like Drive kind of ripped off Heat. It's like the same movie, but I'd rather see Thief because it's got James Caan, and it's got like Tangerine Dream doing the music, and it's like colorful and fucking like a Breaking Bad episode. The tension is so good. He's a guy that breaks into safes, and he's really good, but he's like, that's all he can do. So the bad guys take advantage of him, and it's like, man, it's a good movie. I just Thief really made me a Michael Mann fanatic.
Yeah, it's interesting. I think Nolan is, I don't know, he might get mad, or maybe you might get mad, but I think Nolan's actually a lot like you, whereas he has a lot of opinions on movies, and some of them I think are just really weird opinions. But, I wonder, I should get both of you guys on to argue about movies. I think that could be really interesting.
I love David Fincher, but he said something once that made me hate his guts.
Uh-huh.
He said like Orson Welles only had one good movie, and I hate that opinion because it's so common. It's
Sure,
so
yeah.
like a person that doesn't know anything about Orson Welles says that, but I don't hate Fincher because he made like Fight Club and he made Seven and The Game. Like he's made some fucking spectacular films, so I think he's a genius. But yeah, like I have that same brain of like I will hate a director for like one stupid thing,
What was the movie that he thought was good for Orson Welles?
Citizen Kane.
Right.
Yeah, and that's what I mean. That's the common bullshit answer. And I mean, well, whatever. Like Citizen Kane is really good, and it could be argued it's his best, but it's not my favorite. Like
What's your favorite?
it's either Lady from Shanghai or what's the other one? Fuck this. Oh, yeah, Magnificent Ambersons. Even though we'll never see the real cut, like we've only seen the one that was butchered. But I love what he was going for. Like he was going for something masterful. Yeah, I do like Citizen Kane.
Yeah,
I do love it. But
I like Citizen Kane. All right. Okay. So we got an email. Let's read the email. This one's from Vaughn. He says, I was thinking about some stupid things that I've done in the past and then reassured myself, at least I'm not that guy. You know that guy. Everyone knows that guy. I'm withholding the name of my specific that guy because I don't want to be that guy. Who is that guy for you guys? Forever Cappuccino, Vaughn. Do you have a that guy? Like, at least I'm not him?
does he want like an actual, like, do I name the person or do I say I have a person in mind? And
if you're willing to name them, then sure. But even if you aren't, then
I'm not willing to name that person. But yes, I do. There's a person that I look at and I go, like, kind of like, at least I'm not that. Is that what he means?
Yeah. What? Okay.
Yeah.
So we don't have to name the person, but what about that person makes you feel that way? Are they stupid? Are they mean? Like, do they not have anything? Are they unsuccessful? What is it?
Actually, I'm a very jealous person, so I'm jealous of the person's success.
But you're glad you're not them?
Yeah.
Why is that?
Because I'm glad I'm not saying the person's name, but
Right, yeah.
I just kind of think they're a joke.
Okay. You
Like
don't
they're like a joke that's not aware they're a joke.
Right.
Yeah.
At least you're not a person who's a joke and is not aware of it.
Well, I used to be a person that was a joke.
Uh-huh. What
I
changed?
could have gone down that road.
What do you think changed?
I guess I just got smarter. Maybe because I stopped drinking.
Uh-huh.
No. It happened long before that. I think I went through a huge depression, and on the other side is when I found like stability.
Right. Okay. That's
Yeah.
interesting. That's interesting. Do I have a person? At least I'm not that guy. I don't. I mean, I think there's a lot of Nazis and stuff that are just like really shitty and mean. And it's like, well, at least I'm not like an awful person like that. But I don't think I'm constantly thinking in those terms like, oh, I'm glad I'm not that guy. Like, cause I just don't think of it that way. Is there
I have that brain. I think I like that.
Mhm.
Because I think there's like a small thin line between you and someone you don't like. Like you could not realize it.
Well, yeah, in light of that, there's some people that I think that I feel lucky that I'm not in that same realm because it's like I have a lot of problems, but I'm glad I am not. I guess in my version, it's like lacking self-awareness, like this person is. But maybe I am. Maybe I am lacking self-awareness.
You seem kind of stable.
Hopefully.
Yeah. I don't think there's anything to worry about. Like, there's people that, I mean, if you think about it, everyone is unstable. Like, there's not a normal person in Hollywood, like, in this town, at least.
Yeah.
It's worse in other towns. Think about it that way.
Is it? I feel like Hollywood's full of really nuts people.
It's nuts, but it's diverse. Because
Sure, yeah.
it's worse if you go to, like, bumfuck Arkansas and, like, everyone there's, like, religious and fucking, like, super fucking crazy.
Yeah, that's like a different kind of crazy for sure, yeah.
Yeah, like, so I lived in Wisconsin for, like, 2 months, and, like, there was a store, I shit you not, it's like Walmart, except they have guns. Like, there's, like, a giant section of guns. And then, like, plant feed and like overalls in the clothes section.
Overalls.
Like, this store would never be in LA. This is like the weirdest, craziest.
Yeah, the overall gun store.
Yeah.
Well, that's basically our show. We like to. Do you have anything to plug?
I'm doing a webtoon on Tapas and also Webtoon. If you look up, how would they find it? Follow me on Instagram and there's a link.
What's it called? The thing?
Lieutenant DePuppo Dog Detective. It's like not a catchy name. I would rename it if I could. But,
Lieutenant DePopo. You're doing it. Oh, Mike Chillian.
Yeah, it's me and Mike Chillian's comic strip.
What do you do? You write it?
We both created it, like the concept, and I write the words and he draws the pictures.
Oh, I think I saw there's like a character who looks kind of like you in this, right?
Yeah. Aaron Pierce showed you.
Yeah, it's a cool character design. You could see a picture of a cartoon that kind of looks like Abed. Yeah.
It's not flattering.
Lieutenant DePuppo, DIPUPPO. So if you Google Webtoon Lieutenant DePuppo, you can find it.
Yeah, or if you really want to be supportive, go to Tapas, TAPAS, and like sign up and subscribe, because the more subscriptions we get, the more people notice it, and maybe Mike will make a cartoon someday. Who knows?
That would be cool.
Yeah, we would need it to get like a huge following. So that's what I'm plugging.
Awesome. So we like to end the show the same way we do every time. So until next time, Abed, is there anything you think the world needs more of, Abed?
I think the world needs more understanding. I think before you judge a person, you should kind of hear them out. Because like we're all jumping to the gun too quickly. Like if we all kind of listen to each other, we might understand each other better, and therefore the world's not going to be an ugly place.
Well, there you go. All right, but guys, see you later. Goodbye. Kevin, stop the episode. Kevin, turn it off. Kevin, turn it off. Kevin, stop it.